All right. This episode, I'm going to talk about science fiction megastructures. So, I'm not going to go over all of them. There are just specific ones. The first one I'm going to talk about is the halo, which is kind of like probably the size, even if it's the diameter of a moon or an Earth, because in the books it talks about that it could crash into a planet. So, it's probably at least the diameter of a planet or smaller. Which is still pretty good size. The amount of material you need to build one of those would be incredibly impressive. And it has its own atmosphere and its own different biomes, like the frozen area and the mountains and all that stuff. And it kind of spins around and orbits. So it's pretty big, again, probably about the size of a moon. But it's compared sometimes to Ringworld, and the Ringworld is a artificial planet that's built in an entire orbit around a star. So that would be massively larger compared to a halo. A halo would be like one segment of a Ringworld. A Ringworld who's literally, it's built the entire path that the Earth takes around the sun. So you could say a Ringworld is equal to 365 halos, because you take planet Earth every day, 365 days. So a rough approximate Ringworld using the orbit of the planet Earth would be 365 halos, at least, maybe more. This is just an average. And then, so Ringworld, even more massive, with even more, like you could have all kinds of continental structures. It would have way more surface area than the surface of the Earth. Like, man, it'd just be massive amount of livable area. The next bigger one, another, is a similar method of a Ringworld. If you took a Ringworld three-dimensionally, like, and wrapped it around every vector, like of a sphere, you could have a Dyson sphere. So a Dyson sphere is like a Ringworld in that it's built in the orbit diameter of a planet, but it completely surrounds a star to capture all of the star's energy. It's called a Dyson sphere, and it would have the size of that one, which is huge, just at 1 AU, which is the distance the Earth is from our sun, would be equal to about 133,255 halos. One Dyson sphere. Or about 365 Ringworlds. So if you take, basically making it three-dimensionally, taking one Ringworld and flipping it up and down all the way around, making a complete Dyson sphere. Now, the next one I'm going to go over is even bigger. One of the biggest ones, I don't know if it's the biggest in all the science fiction. I'll have to keep looking. I'm sure there are bigger ones. This comes from Star Trek: The Motion Picture when they encounter VEGER. VEGER had a measurement of 82 astronomical units. So that would, at that distance, which is the average distance the Earth from the Earth to the sun, that's about 6,724 Dyson spheres, or actually, it's more than that. I'm sorry. The 6,724 Dyson spheres is the number of cubic that VEGER would encompass, or 2.5 million halos. 2.5 million halos encompass VEGER, because VEGER had several solar systems stored in its database, like several planets, hundreds and hundreds of planets. All this digitized data. It was just fascinatingly large. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short video. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Thanks.